Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. We're joining you live with this broadcast from CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio. High drama has been unfolding in the national capital after trial court granted bail to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the Liquorgate scam last evening. The Aam Aadmi Party was quick to celebrate. Leaders started arriving at Kejriwal's residence. Crackers were being bursted, and on social media, posts like Satyamev Jayate were being posted. Opposition leaders too were congratulating the Aam Aadmi Party, slamming the BJP. But their celebrations were short-lived. In less than 24 hours, the relief turned into a setback. The ED was quick to knock on the doors of the Delhi High Court seeking stay on the trial court order. Now, the Delhi High Court stayed the order till it heard the matter, and once again, we witnessed some fiery arguments in court between the ED and Kejriwal's counsel. The court has now reserved the order on the ED application. In some senses, what either side has been saying in court is not new anymore. It is more about exactly which way the evidence or the charges and the provisions of the PMLA are being read. Meanwhile, on the streets of Delhi, which, mind you, in a few months will see the assembly elections, this is the prime focus of parties concerned, particularly the AAP on one side and the BJP on the other. So, aside from the topsy-turvy legal battle, who is winning the narrative in this case? Is it sympathy for Kejriwal or backing for ED's case? We'll take that question to our guests in just a bit. First up, the trial court order, although it has been put in abeyance as we speak, was quite damning to the ED and its case overall. So take a look at what all it said as far as its order is concerned. First and foremost, it said that ED has not shown any direct link between Vijay Nair, the other key accused, and Arvind Kejriwal. It went on to say that there is lack of incriminating evidence directly linking Kejriwal to the alleged proceeds of crime, despite the ED's claims about his association with other accused individuals. The order also says that ED is silent about the facts as to how the proceeds of crime have been utilized in the assembly elections in Goa by the Aam Aadmi Party, while adding in fact that the bigger portion of the alleged amount remains to be traced out, and ED has even failed to clarify as to how much time it is required by them for tracing out the complete money trail. It also flagged that the agency is silent on certain issues raised by Arvind Kejriwal himself, primarily that he has not been named either in CBI or in the first case registered by the ED so far. Trial court order said that the accused has not been summoned by the court till date. Yet, somebody like the Chief Minister is lying in judicial custody at the instance of ED on the pretext that the probe is still going on. While the investigating agency relied heavily on the stringent bail conditions under PMLA Section 45, the court noted that the principles of legal fairness and presumption of innocence should not be overshadowed by court procedural technicalities. Perhaps the most damning of all portions of the order last evening was the part where the court suggested ED is not acting without bias, that it is artistically procuring material against Kejriwal and then artistically also withdrawing certain material to suit their case. Now, the Enforcement Directorate hasn't taken this sitting. It has meanwhile not held back against the trial court's order when it knocked at the Delhi High Court's door. So what is it that the ED said today? The ED counsel called the trial court order perverse and one-sided. ASG SV Raju alleged that the trial court curtailed ED's arguments. ED counsel went on to allege that with wrong facts and wrong dates, the trial court came to conclusion that this case is nullified. ASG Raju informed the Delhi High Court that bribe givers have said that Kejriwal himself demanded the bribe, but the court has not considered this either. ED also said credibility of witness statements, which has been the fulcrum of Kejriwal's arguments, cannot be tested at this stage of bail. These are statements under Section 50 which are very much permissible in court. ASG Raju said that even Supreme Court did not stay the High Court's April 9 order affirming the legality of Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. While responding to the proceed of crime reference to Goa polls, ED said that an end-to-end money trail has been given to the trial court. It also maintained that the ED case is of vicarious liability, and since AAP is accused of money laundering, Arvind Kejriwal, by virtue of his position, is also liable. Now, amidst all of this, the conditions for bail in PMLA have come under highlight once again. So let me just quickly break down those conditions for you, because we keep hearing about how tough it is to get bail under PMLA, but we've seen that Arvind Kejriwal at least has got that bail at least once. That, of course, was an interim bail. Now, of course, they're seeking regular bail. So what are the twin conditions for bail under Section 45? Both of these conditions have to be met. Condition number one is that the court has reasonable grounds to feel or believe that the accused has not committed the said offence, and that the accused will not commit any offence while he or she is out on bail. And there are very few exceptions actually that are granted by a special court under these circumstances. These are given to women, minors, or those who are sick or infirm in other capacities. The big question we ask today is simply this. With all of this fight going on over the bail and the charges, a lot of it is something that we have already seen in the past. So who's winning the narrative war as we speak? That's coming up with our guests.
कल सवेरे 11 बजे कनॉट प्लेस हनुमान मंदिर में मिलेंगे।
लोअर कोर्ट के बेल का ऑर्डर अभी अपलोड ही नहीं हुआ, हमें ही नहीं मिला, किसी को मिला ही नहीं। क्या लेके ईडी हाई कोर्ट पहुंच गया और क्या सुन के हाई कोर्ट कह रहा है कि हम इसको सुनेंगे? अभी तो ऑर्डर ही नहीं आया, वे सुन क्या रहे हैं? ईडी चैलेंज किस चीज को कर रहा है?
देखिए, कानून अपना काम कर रहा है, ये कानून को अपने हिसाब से ढालना चाहते हैं। ऐसा हिंदुस्तान में तो संभव नहीं है।
Let's go across to our guests joining us. Harish Khurana, spokesperson of the BJP. Siddharth Sharma, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, will also be joining us. Meanwhile, Satyendra Singh, former Deputy Director of the ED, is with us, and Ashwini Dubey is Advocate Supreme Court. Satyendra Singh, why don't I start with you? You know, the ED has, faced a setback फ्रॉम द ट्रायल कोर्ट। जो बातें ट्रायल कोर्ट ने बोली हैं वो बहुत ही कम सुनने में आती है कि कोई कोर्ट किसी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी के खिलाफ बोले। पूरा केस ही ट्रायल कोर्ट के ऑर्डर ने रबिश कर दिया है ईडी के केस को। बट ईडी ने भी जवाब में, जब दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में वो पहुंचे, उन्होंने बोला है कि कोर्ट ने उन्हें मौका ही नहीं दिया। आप कैसे देखते हैं कि ईडी जिस तरह से अपनी आर्ग्यूमेंट अभी आज दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में रख रही थी, तो आपको लगता है कि क्या वो फ्रंट फुट पे खेल रहे थे या थोड़ा बैक फुट पे थे?
तिवारी जी नमस्कार। देखिए, जहां तक ये लीगल प्रोसीजर की बात है, इसमें न फ्रंट फुट की बात है न बैक फुट की बात है। मेरी अपनी ओपिनियन ये है कि जो लोअर कोर्ट ने जो जजमेंट दिया है उसमें कुछ वाइटल फैक्ट्स को उन्होंने इग्नोर किया।
बट ऐसा क्यों करेगा कोर्ट?
करेगा, जानबूझकर नहीं होता। देखिए, इसी ऑर्डर में आप कहीं पढ़ेंगे तो एक बार कहीं आएगा कि थाउजेंड्स ऑफ पेपर दोनों पार्टी ने सबमिट किए हैं। हाँ। और इतना टाइम नहीं है कि इनको देखा जाए। इसका मतलब कुछ चीज मिस की गई है। फिर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स जो है, यदि कोई एजेंसी या पार्टी सामने वाली टाइम मांग रही है तो कुछ आर्गुमेंट उनके पूरे सुनने चाहिए। मेरा अपना एक व्यक्तिगत ये राय है। बाकी तो देखिए, जो चेयर पे जज है वो सुप्रीम है, वो जो ऑर्डर करे कुछ भी करें। लेकिन आप देखिए, यही एविडेंसेस जो हैं अप टू हाईएस्ट कोर्ट ऑफ द लॉ, सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक गए। किसी भी कोर्ट ने, हाई कोर्ट्स ने और लोगों की बेल पिटिशंस भी थी और इश्यू भी थे। इवन सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऐसा कभी भी कोई आरोप नहीं लगाया कि एजेंसी बायस है जी। अब इनको ये कहां से नजर आ गया? विद ड्यू रेस्पेक्ट, मैं उससे एग्री नहीं कर रहा हूं या थोड़ा सा बुरा लगता। देखिए, ऊपर के कोर्ट से सबने सुना इस मैटर को जी, किसी ने भी एलिगेशन नहीं लगाया। और फ्रंट फुट की बात नहीं है। आज जो आर्गुमेंट दिए गए बहुत ही सही डायरेक्शन में दिए गए।
नहीं, बट एक और बड़ा सवाल जो उठाया गया है हरीश खुराना ट्रायल कोर्ट के ऑर्डर में, मैं मानती हूं कि दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट ने दोबारा ये मामला सुना है, एटलीस्ट बेल एप्लीकेशन दोबारा सुनी है या उस पे जो स्टे मांगा है वो दोबारा सुना है, बट फंडामेंटली वी कैन नॉट फॉरगेट, we cannot also just talk about some court orders and not about other court orders, regardless of the hierarchy involved here. You look at the trial court order, and as I read out, there are like some 8-9 points which are so damning on the investigating agency, but they're also damning on the case. For example, the trial court is saying you haven't established end-to-end trail of money, plus you're not even willing to say how long it will take you to establish this trail, so that this gentleman just keeps languishing in custody till you decide how long is enough.
Shivani, the matter is sub judice, and I think I'm nobody to comment on what trial court has commented. However, when you say this kind of comment which has been passed on by honorable trial court, they've also stated one line which I'm quoting it right now. It is not possible to go through these thousands of pages of the document at this juncture.
Yes, yes.
This is very significant point I'm talking about. When they have not read the paper, how can you pass on the judgment? At least now I'm not commenting it. I'm not saying keep getting of the bail. After getting the bail, Satyamev Jayate. Court is taking their own course. Yesterday, Aam Aadmi Party was celebrating like they have been acquitted from the case. And today, when Honorable High Court has stayed the orders, they were saying these agencies are doing a vendetta politics with them. So I'm not commenting on that kind of thing. I'm not using those kind of double standard with that. See, court is taking their own course, and these only courts have not given the bail of Manish Sisodia in the last 1.5 years. And such kind of hard remarks has also been placed, like 300 odd crore rupees money trail has been found. This is the Supreme Court's observation has been already been given. So I'm not commenting on that.
Okay.
But double standard, I'm highlighting on the double standard of Aam Aadmi Party. Like last night, they were happy with the Satyamev Jayate kind of thing, that we are very happy with the court proceedings. And today, when Honorable Court has stayed the proceeding, they are saying, "Hamare saath to vendetta politics hui."
Okay. So you're saying you cannot celebrate one order and then not honor the other orders that courts have given, even higher courts have given, just because they don't go your way. Siddharth Sharma, is that not a fair point? That you must take all arguments in court plus all orders of all courts on the chin. You mustn't cherry pick yourself either.
I was touching my chin and you called me chin. That's okay. That was coincidental. Well, I think justice might get delayed, Shivani, but it doesn't get denied. Because educated people realize that justice has a gestation period. We realize that. And that is AAP's endorsement enough of Indian judiciary. Now, as far as celebrations are concerned, yesterday there was a cricket match between India and Afghanistan. The first over went very bad for India. Afghanistan scored 13 runs. So for a moment, we were despondent that we might lose. Then Bumrah came in, took wickets. So these are part of life. So those cannot be read too much. I'll just be very brief here, and without pointing fingers to anybody, this is only 7 sentences, and it will hardly take 70 seconds. In a civilized society, justice means the quality of being fair and reasonable. But for the entire BJP and its supporter ecosystem, they define justice as per existent law. To achieve this, they first enact an unjust law, then argue with courts to give verdicts within the prism of that existing law, not according to the justice. I think what happens after this is that judiciary goes on test here. So is sanity, both yours and mine, to dispense pure justice or to dispense justice according to law.
What so you're putting even the courts on notice. That's a bit mighty of you. You're even putting the courts on notice. That
I didn't.
You better adjudicate in our favor or we will judge you.
No, I didn't. Actually, you can go back to because all these things are recorded. So whenever I speak with a sane mind. So I did not, because unqualified, I've told that justice, we know, justice can get delayed, but it doesn't get denied because there is a gestation period, and that is my endorsement enough. So essentially what has happened in the bail order of the trial court is that Judge Nyaya Bindu dispensed pure justice when she said that investigative agencies have not produced any shred of evidence of corruption against Delhi Chief Minister. Now that has been challenged in the High Court, and let us also understand the High Court has not. High Court has not said that Arvind Kejriwal is guilty of something and he'll be hanged on such and such date. They've only said that we will give out this judgment on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, fair enough. Similarly, trial court hasn't acquitted Kejriwal either.
Exactly. That's my point. So because Harish Khurana ji was saying that he was quoting a quotation from the trial court judge that the trial court judge said that these are thousands of pages. Let us understand that for bail matters, a read of Article 21 liberty is enough. Don't need to read 1,000 pages. I think the judge knew that, and that is why she said that. Now, coming back to the point of Delhi excise policy, very clear that you yourself said right now that money trail has not been established. But I think the money trail
I didn't say that. I said the trial court has questioned ED saying that you have not established end-to-end money trail.
Exactly, that's the point. But in my view, the money trail has already been established when the BJP has accepted the 60 crore rupee of Sharath Reddy, who is the first accused in the
I don't want to get derailed. We've heard all of those arguments and we have debated all of those arguments. Those arguments will of course be placed in court too. But I want to quickly bring in Ashwini Dubey as well. I'll come back to you, Siddharth. I'll come back to you. Ashwini Dubey,
I rest my case.
The point that the ED continues to hammer on is that, see, this is not about whether you can trace the money, actual money to Arvind Kejriwal's home or bank accounts. This is a case of vicarious liability. He is the convener of the Aam Aadmi Party and was someone who was the chief minister of Delhi when the policy was drafted and came into effect. There are witnesses' statements saying that he told them that they wanted this much money in kickbacks. So this is not about tracing the money to him. This is about his responsibility in the case. Do you think the ED's entire case can be satisfied with just that technicality of vicarious liability, or will they have to prove more?
Yes, Shivani, as of now, the ED has been able to establish that the vicarious liability is prima facie attracted against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. That is why Honorable High Court has stayed the order of the learned trial. This is one. Two, so far as the PMLA is concerned, that those are the special statutes. Those statutes which are far away from the legal principles as has been enumerated in the normal provisions of Indian Penal Code and other provisions. Three, right. So far as the proceeds of crime is concerned, Shivani, proceeds of crime does not mean that in actual the money has to be recovered. Here under the PMLA, the statement of the other accused persons, the statement under section 164 and the indirect even proceeds of crime does not mean that the exact money. Proceeds of crime, the vicarious liability, including you are being the head of the state, ignoring the things which are happening under you, for which you have a knowledge. Third thing is, so far as the PMLA's and the ED's case is concerned, being the convener of Aam Aadmi Party, he has a legal, moral, constitutional and other duties to abide by the rule of the law. By if the Aam Aadmi Party has been alleged anything, then the court has already ruled and interpreted the even company means a political organization as well. So here if we see the Honorable Chief Minister's role, alleged role in this case is concerned, that is also established by virtue of being the convener of
the court is also remarking, for example, that this man has not been made an accused in your FIRs or charge sheet so far. No court has actually asked for him to appear before it. Then what is the case against him?
Shivani, 9 times summons have been issued. As a student of law, I and as a legal journalist, we both understand that avoiding the summons itself amount to ignoring about the process of law. Had it been the case where he should have approached to the enforcement directorate instead of taking it to the road, instead of protesting, he should have gone there and he should have given the material evidences that look, something has happened at my back. I was not aware about it, despite the fact that the money, alleged money, which has been used by the political party, was not in my knowledge. Then this would have been a different case. Avoiding summons 9.
Can I ask you though, Ashwini ji, can I ask you, what the common public would be wondering is, in one court, the reading of whatever is the material that you've perused is so different to the other court's reading of both the PMLA Act, bail conditions, the accused liability, etc.? How does this happen? I mean, look at the trial court's order. It's almost like it is condemning the enforcement directorate, the enforcement directorate that goes to Delhi High Court and condemns the trial court order. I mean, it's absolutely baffling what's happening. You're a lawyer. I'm sure you see some examples of this happening all the time, but this is such a high-profile case.
Frankly speaking, the learned trial court in yesterday's judgment has absolved Mr. Kejriwal from all the liabilities. It is not the case. The honorable, I'm very sorry to say, but the learned trial court has said that look, nothing has been found as of now, but it's an ongoing investigation. One, two, if you see the judgment delivered by the honorable High Court in the previous round of litigation, where he had challenged his remand and illegality of his arrest, the Justice Swarnakanta Sharma has categorically in her judgment said that look, as of now, if we see the PMLA Act, if we see the evidences which are there, that speaks of something fishy against him, and that judgment has also found that even the political party is under obligation. So here we cannot say. But one more thing, as has been argued by Mr. Raju in Delhi High Court today, that the learned trial court does cease to exist the powers to grant bail under the PMLA. And here the rule of bail is a rule, jail is an exception of justice.
So why is this bail plea even being heard by the trial court if it doesn't have the authority to give bail?
No, that is what the wisdom, the discretion, the provisions of law says that learned judges should hear it. But as of now, when learned trial court found that no evidence, but those evidences under the appeal has been found by the High Court, the superior order will prevail. Learned trial court found under its wisdom that nothing is against. But the High Court is saying that look, we will hear and we'll deliver the judgment. So
no, fair enough. Of course, now the High Court's order will go till, of course, somebody goes to the Supreme Court. But interestingly, Siddharth Sharma, I'm coming back to you. The ED-AHG today also reminded the court today that, listen, even when Supreme Court granted Arvind Kejriwal bail earlier for election campaigning, they didn't absolve him, that there was nothing against him, which is why he was not allowed to function as a chief minister or go to the chief minister's office. In fact, even at that stage, the Supreme Court never denied that his arrest was legal, which was the High Court's order. So what is it that the Aam Aadmi Party was celebrating? Were you too premature?
No, we were not premature. So are you saying that then if the ED council made that statement, why didn't the High Court today say that, okay, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's bail plea is totally rejected? Why have they said that the judgment is going to come on Monday or Tuesday? So let us not going to do that. It's sub judice right now. You were saying something about vicarious liability and responsibility fixing in PMLA cases. Then my simple question is, the moment currency was demonetized in India, new currency notes, paper, ink and vendors got benefited. So isn't that vicarious liability on someone who brought in demonetization? So you cannot stretch these kind of arguments to eternity. And another point to...
But did that individual's party get some money in money laundering? Was that the charge?
Yes, I think the Supreme Court, it's the BJP's mea culpa itself by saying that in the Delhi excise policy case, the first accused, Mr. Sharath Reddy, 60 crore rupees, is found parked with the BJP as
No, now you've gone back to the witness case. I was actually talking to you about the demonetization analogy that you've drawn. I'm not sure it sticks. But can I just quickly ask you, do you think it's important for the Aam Aadmi Party also to be a little bit wary of the fact that every order which comes particularly at this stage, even if it comes in Arvind Kejriwal's favor, is not an acquittal? You almost make it sound like this is the end of the story.
So then is the BJP and BJP ecosystem saying that the same kind of ED cases are still on Mr. Hemant Biswa Sharma? So on some day in the future, BJP is going to put Mr. Hemant Biswa Sharma behind bars. Is it telling the people of Assam that their chief minister is going to be put behind bars after some day? So let us not get into that. I think it's not about celebration. I think I gave an analogy that it's like a ongoing cricket match. There are few overs that go good, you get happy and then you get despondent. But the fact of the matter is that we all know that justice has a certain gestation period, and we understand that justice might get delayed, but it doesn't get denied at any point of time, and that is proof enough of judiciary, Indian judiciary's independence. And one point to make before me, I think Ashwini ji, he's a Supreme Court lawyer, he was saying something about the summons. So I think as Supreme Court is already hearing about the illegal arrest, and that is exactly based on how illegal the summons are. So though that matter is also sub judice, this is a totally different matter, bail matter.
Which is a bail matter. Understood.
Yeah, this is a bail matter, yeah.
Yeah, understood. In fact, I want to go across to Harish Khurana one more time before I go to Satyendra Singh also. Harish Khurana, here's the problem as far as the investigative agencies and the BJP is concerned, and both are interlinked. Let's not pretend that they are not interlinked. The government of the day is the BJP at the center, and a lot of the actions that the agencies take is taken at the behest of the central government. But I do want to understand from you, the problem in this case is this has been in courts for many, many months. Yes, some of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders and former ministers have been in jail with no relief. In Arvind Kejriwal's case, though, it seems like the ED is not being able to convince courts beyond doubt that there is a problem here, that there is a case here. That is the problem, politically speaking, perception-wise.
See, first of all, when you say that government and these agencies are interlinked, no, I totally deny that, because agencies are independent enough and they have a independent everything on independently, so we don't have any hold on the agencies. Whatever the allegation Aam Aadmi Party or opposition make it, the fact of the matter is they are the independent agency and they work accordingly what the merit says. Now what you say about, talking about, see, if you see the whole case, since last 2 years this case is going on, and since last 1.5 to 2 years, their close aide, Arvind Kejriwal's close aides, say Manish Sisodia, say Arvind Nair, is also denied the bail multiple times.
Yes,
not once,
but not him.
Twice, multiple times. And in their observations also, many times court has given those kind of observations which is not suited for Aam Aadmi Party. But, you know, Arvind Kejriwal's always, what rebuttal is, Arvind Kejriwal's whole government rebuttal is, we have a vendetta politics going on. ED is taking us the... Baba, end of the day, honorable courts is giving you the judgment on the merits of the case. Yesterday also, I don't know what merit they have seen it. I'm not going to comment on that. But I think this is for the first time in the history of judiciary that a vacation bench is giving a bail to such a high-profile person.
Yeah.
PMLA accused for the first time, and that too at the 8 p.m. in the night. I don't know what was the hurry. I mean, I don't want to comment on that. But
no, but you didn't answer my question. Is the case a little iffy against Arvind Kejriwal that somehow he's been implicated, but you know, for many months we've not really seen that smoking gun or that clinching evidence against him?
Whether the case is perfect or not perfect, I'm not going to comment on that because I have not seen what evidence these ED has. But whatever we allegate, we have given the proof in the media also. We strongly believe that the kingpin of this whole scam is
all right.
Kejriwal.
Under whose
many of the proofs.
Under whose instructions or at whose behest could something like this have been executed is then the question that also comes to mind. But Satyendra Singh, I'll give you the final word. And my question is the same to you. Something is not sticking, or at least the courts are not being convinced of it. It is not as simple as, let's say, a Hemant Soren case. It is not turning out to be as simple or straightforward as some other high-profile corruption cases. Why do you think that is in this case?
शिवानी जी, ये एक परसेप्शन और नैरेटिव बनाया जा रहा है कि यहाँ कोई क्लिंचिंग एविडेंसेस नहीं है. क्लिंचिंग एविडेंस किसको कहेंगे? क्लिंचिंग एविडेंस मीडिया के लिए नहीं है, पब्लिक डोमेन के लिए नहीं है. वो जो भी जजेज हैं उनके लिए हैं, उनके सामने लगातार रखे जा रहे हैं. इन्वेस्टिगेशन बहुत ही राइट ट्रैक पे है. तो ये कहना स्मोकिंग गन्स कोई मीडिया के लिए नहीं है. हमें कहीं एजेंसी को जो है कोई नैरेटिव नहीं बनाना. एजेंसी अपना काम कर रही है. जो एविडेंसेज सारे रखे जा रहे हैं, यदि एविडेंसेज नहीं होते तो इनकी बेल हो गई होती अभी तक, या हायर कोर्ट्स ने दूसरे जो कोई एक्यूज हैं उनको छोड़ दिया होता, ये कहते हुए कि ईडी ने जो भी ईडी एविडेंस दे रही है उनमें कोई कोरिलेशन नहीं है, कोई लिंकेज नहीं है, वो पीएमएलए का प्रूव नहीं कर पा रहे। देखिए शिवानी जी, ये सब लास्ट में ट्रायल जब चलेगा तब डिसाइड होगा जी। अभी प्राइमा फेसा स्टेब्लिश होना है, वो स्टेब्लिश हो चुका है और किया जा रहा था।
Well, one thing is clear. We were being told that you could barely get bail under PMLA, but I think the courts are showing the willingness to give bail if they feel in any way that there is an overcooked case against somebody. In some cases, other courts are differing as well as far as that matter is concerned. Remember in one of those cases, I think it was Sanjay Singh's bail where they didn't oppose his bail. That is one of the primary conditions that you can get a bail in PMLA. If it is not opposed, then those other conditions that we talked about come into play. Harish Khurana, you wanted to come in? I have 10 seconds only.
Adding on to Mr. Singh also, I mean, you remember honorable judges used to ask what proof you have when they given in private. I mean, in the chambers, we show the papers. They deny it. They deny the bails. They deny the relief to the Aam Aadmi
Yeah,
Party.
fair point. That did happen as far as that case is concerned. But I'll leave it at that. I do thank all of our guests for joining us. We are waiting for the final order by the Delhi High Court on whether Arvind Kejriwal can come out of the Tihar jail or not next week. But coming up after a very short break, under fire over poll scheme guarantees, Congress government is now roping in a US firm to suggest measures. But what's compounding the problem for them is they're paying as much as 10 crores to this firm to do this for them. That's coming up on the other side.